Neil, reserve game the other day, what did you make of how Rob Lainton did?
Well, I don't think he had anything to do, did he? It was just a nice sort of easy game for him back, and like I say, I'm not judging him on how he sort of plays in those games. It's just a case of getting onto the pitch and getting some game time and hopefully, not getting any problems with his thigh. So as far as that's concerned, he came through it okay, and we've, treated him very sort of gingerly, really, in terms of training and pushing him because, we don't want a reoccurrence of the injury. But everything's okay, and he's able to be in the squad for Saturday.
When you've got a goalkeeper at this stage of his rehab from a long-term injury, what more can you do really at this point? Because apart from just sitting there and waiting, what else can you do?
Well, I think times have changed in the respect that I think the physios are, tend to treat people, wrap them up in cotton wool a lot more than probably in our day, and you've got to let him deal with that. So he's virtually overseeing what Rob's been doing this week. So he's not spent a lot of time doing goalkeeping. He's more sort of time with a physio, and then tomorrow on the Friday he will train. But I think it's just a case that he's got to keep himself now. He's got to keep himself as sharp as he can, and he's got to be ready that when his opportunity comes, he's ready to take it.
You spoke to us earlier in the week about the Ben Whitfield deal. Have you had a chance to talk to them yet?
I think I did say that it was the 21st they were having the meeting, and it's the 21st today. Right. So I should imagine that by tomorrow I'll get some news on that.
It'd be a nice Christmas boost, though, wouldn't it?
It would be, but as you know, trying to do any sort of deals for any sort of players doesn't get done overnight. It takes time, but I do think we're making progress, but we'll have to see what happens.
What are your thoughts on the January transfer window? Because it's your first with the football club, which puts a little bit more emphasis on it, but how tough in your experience is it to get jobs done and get deals done?
Well, I just think you can't be pressurised into doing deals which are not going to be good for the club. You're looking at the short term, which is survival in this league, but you're also trying to look a bit longer than that. So anybody you bring into the club, it's got to be the right player, and you don't want to be making mistakes because you're forced into it, or you're desperate to get people through the door. I think it's better sometimes to sign no one than sign players that are not going to improve the team.
How much is the emphasis on that this time? Absolutely quality and definitely not quantity.
Well, the other side of the coin is for quality costs money. So your level of quality will be dependent on what finances you have as well. So there's lots of things in the equation, but we want to bring in a couple of players. I think we need to bring in a couple of players, and hopefully the ones we get will be able to add to the squad. But as I say, we're not going to be pressurised into just bringing people in to make the numbers up, because we've had a lot of numbers this season, but we need to get more strength in depth, and we need to the players who are in the team need to be put under more pressure for the places.
4 points clear of the drop zone at this stage. If you're to make that gap bigger, how key is it to be able to string back-to-back wins together?
Well, we've got a difficult run of fixtures. I think don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We've just got to try and prepare for Saturday's game, which is a tough game, and then they come thick and fast over Christmas. I think we've just got to, we've got to do what we've done since we've been here. It's not rocket science, but we want the players to make sure they're organised and that they work hard, and if they do that, they will get chances to pick up points. But they certainly need to be at their best, because when we have had off days, or when we've not played to our maximum or not worked as hard as I would like, then we haven't picked up points.